Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. And the need to be right. It's twofold. They fear being wrong, and they have to be right. They have to be right. And to kind of go a couple of layers deeper than that, it's a combo. It's not one or the other, it's both. Because in order to be corrected or to be in a position to have been corrected, that means that you're wrong. That you are in a position where there's something happening that's incorrect. Whether it's your behavior, whether it's a single incident or a pattern of behavior, it doesn't matter. Somewhere along the line, you're wrong because someone had to come and correct or point out to you that this behavior, this mindset, this whatever you're doing, saying, what have you, is dysfunctional. It's not normal. It's not giving you good outcomes. And this is why. You need to change your mindset. You need to change your pattern of behavior, and you can get a different outcome, right? And because it indicates, correction indicates you were wrong. Women don't want to be seen. Now, just walk with me. Women don't want to be seen as bad people. We don't like that collectively, myself included. We don't like that. We don't like being seen and regarded as evil, bad people. The catch here, though, is that women who avoid accountability and therefore growth end up doing everything that gets them the label of being a bad person. Because you don't grow. You don't take any correction from any source. So whether the men say it, whether it's strange men or men in their lives, right? Because some of the wildest feminists got daddies. And I be trying to figure out what went wrong there. Like, what was going on in your house that you got a whole daddy that you speak highly of, and then you will come out and be a whole feminist or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so that's pretty much how I see that. The combination of the fear of being wrong, the need to be right, because those two things work together, and not wanting to be a bad person and ending up doing everything to be a bad person.
Ended up doing all things that bad people do. But when you redefine things, that's what you have to realize that's what's going on, even when you talked about feminism. Once you start redefining things, you can redefine bad behavior and make it sound good. We have several words that have been redefined, and now people like bitch, bad bitch, thug. We have a lot of words that were redefined as good things. I know I get called a lot, a coon, a lot. I get called a coon, right now. And I always wondered, I said, why is it that y'all don't call the drug dealer, the pimp, the gangster? None of those guys are coons, and they are specifically against blacks. They are specifically doing things and actively doing things to harm blacks. We have turned anything that would be good into something bad, and anything bad into something good. And if you can convince people of these words, I agree with you. They have a desire to want to do good. So if people have a desire to want to do good, just turn the bad thing and tell them it's good. Women have done this. They turn a pick me into a bad word. And I want y'all to think about that. I've been explaining it to a lot of people. And every time I say it, they're like, never thought of it that way. If a woman is wanting to be chosen, throughout history, a woman wanted to be picked. If you're a woman and you want a husband, then you got to have a man that picks you as his wife. If you are looking for a job, is it wrong to be a pick me to get a job? Is it wrong to be a pick me if I'm playing 5-on-5 pickup basketball and they pick me? Anybody that wants to be a part of something tends to want to be picked. We turn that into a bad word. That a woman that wants to be chosen by a man is a pick me. So what should she be then? Anytime you say that one thing is good, then you need to tell me that the bad part about it. So if being or the bad, then tell me the good. So if she saying she wants to be picked is a bad thing, what's the opposite? She doesn't want to be picked. She's difficult. We've turned all of these things into pluses. There's a woman named Dr. Bryant on Twitter. I was just introduced to her. She said the reason Black women find it so hard to find a man is because of their collective bossness. I said, surely she's going to explain what bossness means. Oh, and she did. Because every Black woman is apparently educated and has a great job and makes more money than men. And I read in the comment section, they all said, yep, girl, you talking about my life. So statistics show that's not true.
Right.
But yet everybody agreed that they have a hard time finding men because they make more money than them. And so I was dumb enough to click on some of the profiles. Many of the profiles had booking information and OnlyFans.
Right. Which presents another issue as well. The infiltration of horror culture and the transactional culture into mainstream. This is what women should be. I take particular exception to that. I speak on that all the time. That there used to be a time where whores and wives occupied different spaces.
Yes.
And that was on purpose. Okay, because the wives did not want to be associated with whores, and the whores knew that they could not be associated with wives. And so, and on top of that, historically, the whore has always been the lowest, on the lowest rung of society for a woman. Whoredom was not anything to be praised. It was the last resort of a woman who didn't have any family, or she had no way to make it, to eat, to do anything in society at all. And so, and this transcended culture and time frame, right? And the prostitute, the woman that ended up in the brothel, was there as a last resort. This is the place she could lay her head. This is a place she could get a warm meal. This is a place, and unfortunately, she had to use her body to do that. She had to give her body to any paying customer who came to ask for her. And that was the transaction. But she knew that this was not a lofty place in society. It was never a lofty thing for a woman to have to do that. That was low. Women knew that. Men knew that. Everybody knew that. Now she occupied her space, but she knew I'm not a wife, and I'm never going to have that level of respect. Even if the men are married, they don't look at me the way they look at her. It's not the same. I'm not